Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 2nd of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that as of right now, major changes are being made to the overall structure of these movies and these TV shows that are really going to be used as this new universe, if you will. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the new EU, also known as the new expanded universe, is actually said to be far larger than the old one that we got back in the 1990s and the early 2000s, so looking forward to that. The other thing here is, of course, is that they are developing all these different movies and TV shows to interconnect with each other and to actually model it after the MCU. So if you look at how the MCU is structured, you can see how there's a lot of end credit scenes for specific movies that tease of what's to come next. Apparently that's exactly what Disney and Lucasfilm want to do with their films, is that they want the movies to have a similar structure to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I think it may work in certain instances. I'm just not quite sure about the structure of having end credit scenes for actual Star Wars movies. I feel that they should put that to the wayside. That's just my take on things. However, what's really intriguing all has to do with creator George Lucas and the actual The Rise of Skywalker movie and more, where now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are moving on to their new Star Wars trilogy of films as well as their new Star Wars universe. This actually said to introduce a brand new mythology to the fans around the world. Now, it's explained that currently behind the scenes, many changes are being made to Lucasfilm by Disney's new CEO, Bob Chapek. However, prior to the changes made by Disney, it's described that George Lucas was very frustrated with Kathleen Kennedy of Lucasfilm for changing major parts of the film that he himself wrote for the movie, where it's explained that creator George Lucas had many arguments with Kathleen Kennedy for making many changes to the characters of Luke Skywalker and Emperor Palpatine. Now, originally, George Lucas had a lightsaber battle between Sidious and Kylo Ren, all planned out on the world of Exegol, where Kylo was going to use his traditional red crossguard lightsaber, and later Leia and Anakin's lightsaber against Sidious. The scene was shot in late 2018 between Adam Driver and Ian McDiarmid, until Kathleen Kennedy decided to come in and cancel the production of the major scene for the original Exegol saber battle, where George Lucas was said to have been very angry behind the scenes against Kathleen Kennedy, and had a meltdown over the decision, and led to a major reason as to why he did not show up to the world premiere for The Rise of Skywalker, because he has extreme creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy, where Lucas even wanted to add more lightsaber action between Sidious and our heroes. The thing about this that really stands out to me a lot is that it does connect as to why George Lucas did not show up at the world premiere for The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if you guys go ahead and examine the actual world premiere for the movie, George did not show up. It was a big story. A lot of fans were actually very shocked about it, very confused and curious as to what in the world was going on. Why did George Lucas not show up to the world premiere of the final film of all the franchises, the Skywalker saga, right? So, when we look at everything here, related to George Lucas, of how he wanted to do big things between Ian McDiarmid and Adam Driver to really create quite an epic lightsaber battle between the two, you can see exactly what this movie could have been. I mean, this movie really had so much more potential. Now, like I've said before in the past, this movie, I love it and hate it. And it's a similar pattern where when I look at The Rise of Skywalker, there are scenes that I love, there are scenes that I hate, in an ongoing, I guess you could say, rhythm, where there's a scene here in the beginning that I actually enjoy, then there's another one after that that I really dislike, and then after that there's another one that I really do enjoy. It's a very up and down scenario for me when it comes to this movie, and that's exactly why I felt it was quite out of place, at least for my liking. So, the fact that George just wanted to add in more prequel trilogy-esque material from what it seems, obviously he wanted Ben Solo to use his red crossguard against the red lightsaber wielded by Sidious, and eventually Ben Solo himself using two lightsabers against Darth Sidious. That, to me, I think would have been quite the highlight of the movie, and I think it would have honestly been a bigger moment than when Sidious was using the Force storm against the Resistance. which I still like. That's one of the scenes that I really do enjoy, is when Palpatine states, nothing will stop the return of the Sith, and he uses the Sith lightning, and he strikes down all the Resistance ships temporarily, and I think that was a very interesting segment. But other than that, they really could have used an actual, literal lightsaber duel on the world of Exegol. Now sure, I guess it makes Palpatine seem more powerful, given that he does not need a lightsaber. You could argue that. But at the same time, there's no denying that I think it would have satisfied more fans if we got to see the Sidious that we know and love from Revenge of the Sith. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.